there has been so much controversy around this film, but I've wanted to see it since I saw the first trailer. Welcome to another movie review video. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews just like this one here at the weekend. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something to watch this weekend. Yes, I went to see Don't Worry Darling, which has been surrounded by so much controversy about infighting and pay irregularities and nepotism and all sorts. However, I will go and watch anything that Florence Pugh is in because I am a big fan of hers. Since I saw her in Fighting with My Family, that's when I first sort of fell in love. And just the trailers of this one looked fantastic. It gave me like Stepford Wives, Pleasantville type of vibes, but then with that like subtle thriller aspect of like almost like a Jordan Peele film. It is also female directed, and so I am happy to support that. So that was sort of my basis of definitely wanting to see it again. And I have to say, overall, I was left with more questions than answers after having watched this one. So I do feel like I want to go and see it again because I'm like, what was this and what was that and what happened here? But yes, it was interesting because this film is being sort of marketed from a like Harry Styles point of view, at least in the UK anyway. It's like, oh, Harry Styles is in this one. Here's Harry Styles. Here's Harry Styles. Here's Harry Styles. But Florence Pugh carries this film. Harry Styles is in it, but he's kind of there as a just kind of support for Florence Pugh, who is just fantastic in this movie. Her sort of acting, she's just fabulous. She has just such a massive range throughout the film, and then the fact that she has to sort of act within the film as well, act like she's doing okay when really she isn't. So it's like her acting. It's very interesting. But yeah, it's interesting that it's being marketed as like, here's Harry Styles in this film, here's Harry Styles, here's Chris Pine in this film. Neither of the men have like a ton of lines. They have this one big scene together where they're very loud and very brash and very almost like drunk and leery, but that's just a very like over the top scene, and Harry Styles is doing this wild dancing. It's interesting, it's entertaining, but it's very much not their film. This film is Florence Pugh with like a bit of Olivia Wilde supporting in the background as well, because yeah, I just think that she is fantastic. However, as I say, I was left with a lot of questions in terms of the plot, and it's very hard to talk about reviewing this in terms of spoilers as well. Obviously, we know that there's this project that all these men have been recruited for. We know this from the trailer, and we know from the trailer that the wives are essentially there to support the men to do this job. And we're sort of out in the sunny desert, there's some mountains around, it's all very idyllic, very much like when they were doing the like nuclear bomb testing stuff in Vegas, and it feels very sort of 50s, and the housewives are there and the husbands go off to work every morning, and they're sort of going convoy all together, and I really like that aspect of it. Have to say, also really like the soundtrack. It's very of the time soundtrack. But then, you know, cracks start to appear, and again, this is shown in the trailers, and that's where I feel like there was just a lot more questions than there were answers. So is this like a post-apocalyptic film? Is it a sci-fi film? I'm really struggling to find which genre this fits into. But that aside, I saw two films back to back on the same day. One was my classic rom-com that I'm very into, and then one was this, Don't Worry Darling. And my attention was just grabbed and kept throughout Don't Worry Darling. I was fully focused on the screen, fully focused on what was happening with Alice, Florence Pugh's character, and her story and her questions and her character arc. And so, you know, regardless of genre, categorizing the film aside, it entertained me it made me think about it. I'm still thinking about it now, and it just engaged me the whole way through. And sort of almost the fact that I have come away with questions is like a good thing, because it means that it has engaged my thought process as well. Yeah, so cracks start to show. Alice starts asking questions. As we know, Chris Pine's character is not happy with this. We've seen this from the trailer. And we sort of follow her through trying to get answers to those questions, trying to work out what is happening in her town, trying to work out like where she fits into everything. I think that's what it is the fact that a woman's asking questions about her own identity, and the male characters in the film, none of them are happy about this. But then, is that because that's their personality, or is that because it's something to do with the project? When they go to the project, there's basically the one rule is that the wives don't go there. And like, why is this? And is it just because the wives are not allowed to go there, or is it because of the project? It's that interesting balance of like, how Handmaid's Tale is this, and how, you know, it's the project is this. It's that balance. But as I say, I love the acting. I love the character dynamic. The kind of like sunshiny, feel good, we're around the pool drinking cocktails after we finished our cleaning for the day side of it. I loved. I really enjoyed. It felt very like of that time. But like, were we really in that time? Or was it the project? What's going on there? I feel like I do need to see this one again. Loved Florence Pugh. I do think Harry Styles did a good job, but I don't think the film should be marketed as, this is a film with Harry Styles in, because he's not in it as much as the women are in this one. And yeah, that's my bugbear about the film. But yeah, I enjoyed it. There were definitely some more disturbing parts in it. There were definitely some quite violent parts in it, but those are infrequent. And it is a very, very sexy film. Like, Florence Pugh and Harry Styles together make for some really, really hot on-screen chemistry. Whether they are actually doing sexy things or whether they're just together, their chemistry was fantastic. Think like Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born chemistry. It was very good, and I was very much here for it. Overall, I think it was a really, really interesting and entertaining film, and it's a film that fully engaged me the entire way through. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? I think it was excellently done. I think it was excellently made, and for me, I think I would have had to have gone and seen this one in the cinema regardless, just because of the controversy. Like, the controversy around this film has been an amazing marketing tool for it. But I really enjoyed it, and I would go and see it again. So it's a hard recommend from me. As always, if there is a particular movie you would like to hear my thoughts on, please do let me know in comments. I'm happy to go and watch on demand. There are several films coming out that I am very interested in watching, including a book versus movie. And so I do have a bit of a list, but I'm happy to add to that list. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on next week's movie review video, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I post my bookish content in the week. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I will see you with my next video.